We're gonna go in order of the actual conferences that they went up. So we got Microsoft, which they opened up with a little Halo Infinite trailer, which is interesting because you saw a tweet out or something like that from Ryan McCaffrey, right? And you said it was probably going to be from 2020 to the next console, which is going to be the next console.
Yeah. Which
is interesting because like now we're going into another transitional period of consoles. Kind of feels like that we were already going through that right now with the Scorpio, but it's this console probably is going to be more beefier, obviously.
Well, they've talked about it being like not necessarily a generational gap. So I think the Xbox One was like 3 years in, maybe 4, when it came out into like the Xbox One life cycle. So like if 2020 is the date for, I think Project Scarlet is the name of their next console. Or like the code name for the next console or whatever.
Scarjo,
sorry. So it would be like, it would be 3 years in, to get like basically an Xbox One Y. It's probably like kind of what it'll be.
Okay. So we'll see.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am too.
They were teasing it though. They were talking about Phil Spencer was out there. He's talking about how like we've got people working on like the foundation and all the like different apps and stuff you can use. And we got people working on this. We got people working on this. And it's like, and we also have like people working on our next.
So I like how people are giving them credit for opening these 5 new studios. But my problem is that maybe I think these studios should have opened up a long time ago, like a lot longer ago, or they should have been hunting down more talent like this at the launch of the Xbox.
Right. I think in Xbox's defense,
Xbox One.
I agree with you that that's something that they should have done. I think one is that they didn't believe that they were going to stumble out of like they truly believed that the whole like Xbox as like a platform for everything, like TV, movies, games, all in one kind of box, whereas PlayStation went the just like video game route. I think like they did not expect that to backfire on them the way it did. And to at least Phil Spencer's defense with the whole purchasing of the studios, he was not the head of Xbox when Xbox One launched.
That's true. That is true.
So he came in and he's like, all right, this is what we need to do. And like I think Xbox has really recovered under his wing.
Video game guy. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like guys, we're not an all-in-one. We're a video game console, and I think that's what they're attacking it with. But I'm saying like these kind of decisions should have been made at the launch of Xbox, so that we are like Xbox should have been guaranteed not better IP, but definitely a good variety of IP, especially new IP that would have been.
I also think that I do have one criticism, but like I also think they like how they didn't see themselves stumbling out the gate. I think that they did have some at least interesting ideas with new IP like first party, Recore. Quantum Break from Remedy, and Sunset Overdrive, but like none of those really
not commercial success. They weren't like
neither. They weren't Sony's like 9.5/10s.
Yeah, exactly. Critically a success.
Right. So they stumbled there. So it wasn't necessarily. I don't really feel like personally that it was a lack of effort. It was just like it didn't go the way that they planned.
Yeah.
And so this is them kind of backpedaling a little bit. It's like okay, and this is so they acquired real quick. We'll run through these. They acquired 5 studios. Or acquired 4 studios and built 1. So the initiative is going to be like a first-party new studio. It's like right in Sony Santa Monica's backyard. It's also in Santa Monica. They acquired Playground, which really isn't that surprising because they were the ones that make Forza. Forza's already an Xbox exclusive franchise.
It makes sense.
Nah, who really cares if they acquire?
It's not really. It already.
Some people got Playground and got paid, and that's really the only thing that happened. Ninja Theory, who make the Devil May Cry games and make Hellblade. So a lot of people think that Ninja Theory they're like most excited for that one because like they're going to be the one to introduce like the next big new IP for Microsoft.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see. Compulsion Games is the creators of We Happy Few, which we'll talk about a little bit later, and then Undead Labs, the creators of State of Decay. So like really 3 of those 5 are not really surprising.
Yeah.
So.
But
it's a little bit of a criticism. But it's definitely a step in the right direction.
Because what they can possibly do, like how Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch have really evolved in their IP, allow them that creative freedom to, let's not necessarily take a risk. Let's not make a sequel. Let's start something new here and build some trust, build some. Why this is why I want an Xbox console.
Right, but all these things. Regardless of what, obviously, Undead Labs just put out State of Decay 2, and We Happy Few comes out not in just a few months. So like after that, like we're not going to probably see anything from these guys for until like Project Scarlet comes around. I imagine that all 5 of these studios
will have something.
Will have a game
plus
within the first year of the next system.
Plus Gears 5 or what's Epic.
Yeah, Epic.
But yeah, that's a good thing. Is there anything you saw that was like a real noticeable game on the list that we have here?
I've always been really excited for We Happy Few.
It looks interesting. I like the art style.
Yeah, it's like it kind of. And I've had it on Game Preview for a while. I know they've put out a few updates since I last played it because I got it pretty early into when it was available on Game Preview. But it's very like kind of Bioshocky sort of feel, like both in art style and just like how the game works. So I'm pretty excited for that. The ones that really kind of surprised me, I would say Dying Light 2. I think that game looked really sick. I've never played the first one. But like the trailer,
really underrated for sure. Definitely,
have you played it?
Yeah, it definitely was it was like Viagra for like the zombie genre in a way. Like it added it's kind of like playing Mirror's Edge with zombies, but with like a slew of just way to play the game. You can play it stealthy like that, or you can play like real in your face, just like hey I'm here, or like there's just like a ton of like other weapons as well that you can really scavenge for, and then you also
I'll have to try that out.
Yeah, definitely. I think is it? No, I think it's on Games Pass.
I don't think it is. I was looking,
but I know it's on sale at the moment because of E3.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll try that out. One last one, real quick, is the Shadows Die Twice. That was it's like basically like Activision Dark Souls. Mm-hmm. That was a game that also looked pretty cool. There was a lot of things. I think they had overall a really, really strong conference. I was really happy to see the number of third-party games that...
Yeah, so that was one thing I wanted to notice, is that I've seen a lot of other people talk about how a lot of more third parties are not jumping ship, but are more trusted, because I think the hardware is better on the Xbox, obviously, than the PS3, or PS4. So it's probably those guys. And then maybe they might have paid them a little bit more to get them onto the stage as well. Who knows? But like Sekiro, that one? That was the
Shadows Die Twice, yeah.
That one, and obviously they got Division, they got Metro onto the stage, and then what else they got? Dying Light, like you already said, and
Devil May Cry,
and what was the other? Tomb Raider, never mind. Yeah, so like those kind of games,
Just Cause.
So like they might have the opportunity of getting like exclusive content on there and whatnot, but I don't think that makes it that much of a difference.
The last one here is the most important. Cyberpunk 2077, the new RPG from CD Projekt Red, which is the
Blade Runner 2.0.
Basically, yeah. So CD Projekt Red, if you guys don't know, is the maker of all the
Witcher games.
Yeah, so it was a pretty big deal for them to have the showing. I mean, I don't expect them to have really for any of those games necessarily like exclusive content. I don't think, although I guess maybe something like the way I equate it is always how Destiny was treated at PlayStation. Like there were people that thought Destiny was a PS4 exclusive just because of like how the marketing deal went. So hopefully Microsoft will get really get their teeth into some of these games, and so that they'll have that sort of relationship.
I think a big one is Kingdom Hearts 3. I think that's a big win for Microsoft to get that onto the console, even though they were probably going to do it anyways. But the exclusiveness of that game on the PlayStation over the years, that definitely is like finally okay. We gotta. It's like Metal Gear for the longest time was an exclusive. So getting that game over, so it's like, regardless of like this game being shown 3 times at the conference, 3 different conferences, I think that they have the biggest. They got the biggest kind of not pop, but the biggest win out of all the other conferences, regardless if it was a different trailer or not. So I think that was like a boost for them. Crackdown 3. I don't really care.
Terry Crews.
Whatever. Josh is super excited for that game. But it is what it is. The game
just keeps getting delayed.
Yeah, I don't know how that game keeps getting delayed, but it's whatever. I don't know. They just need to get some Rockstar guys and just throw them onto that team, or get some of the old Saints Row guys. Like, here, make us a game, please. And that's it. And then obviously they got Fallout 4, or not Fallout 4. They got Fallout 76, and then they announced Fallout 4, ESO. And I think there was another title on there that they added on Game Pass.
As of today, if you want to download these right now, it's The Division, ESO, and Fallout 4. And then they also announced that the Master Chief Collection was going to be coming to Games Pass, but I don't think that's happened yet.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to get all of the Halos, and Halo 5 and both the Halo War games are already on Games Pass.
So yeah, Games Pass just got even better, basically.
Oh yeah.
Like, so you can just literally buy an Xbox now, get Games Pass, and you're you're set.
You'll have all the Gears, all the Halos, Fallout 4, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So you'll have enough time, which it's beneficial. It draws people more in. But yeah, I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about Microsoft? That was big.
I'm excited. I guess they announced the Gears of War Tactics
and Battletoads too.
Oh yeah, and Battletoads. The Tactics game is PC only, so I'm curious to see what that's going to be like. It's like a turn-based strategy for the Gears of War franchise.
Probably similar to like XCOM. I guess.
Maybe, yeah. It's being made by Splash Damage, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen there. I don't really understand what they're going for with the Gears Pop game, mobile game that they announced, but I guess to each his own.
Oh, PUBG! I forgot about that.
PUBG, I feel like I like PUBG, but I feel like that part of the show was a bit of like a lull. It was
What do you mean?
It was just like I don't know that I care anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, you personally,
I guess, and I felt like the crowd, like the live audience that was there, like I feel like they didn't care either.
Well, it's good that this is on like this. I like how they got the exclusive on that, but like obviously we get delays, and that's unfortunate. But it's on the console. There's nothing you can do about that, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I just don't feel like them having PUBG as an exclusive carries the weight that it did when it was announced anymore.
I guess.
Like
it'd be interesting.
But that was like a pre-Fortnite world too.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting too if like that was another studio that they bought later on. That'd be kind of interesting. Into like where once this game is finally polished,
give them some money.
Yeah, once this game is finally polished, then like I think it would definitely draw some people over.
Yeah.
So yeah, we saw the new Tomb Raider. That was pretty much it that I saw. That was like really just out there. I know Just Cause 4 is on there, but I don't really trust that game. I don't think it's even like worthy to look at, really, to be honest with you. But
one thing I'm curious to see is like the Cyberpunk trailer was sick. There was one thing that I saw, like a breakdown of the trailer, and at one point when so it looked like there was like a computer screen in the background, kind of like the background of when the trailer started, and it was scrolling all of these 5x5 Xbox codes, or at least that's what they look like redeemable codes where it's like 5 blocks of 5 characters. And so like there were people I need to like look it up and see like if people were able to redeem any of those, if there was anything there.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
Interesting, yeah. There was all kinds of really interesting things in the background of that Cyberpunk trailer. You should like look up if you get a chance, look up a breakdown of that trailer.
So wait, quick question: is Devil May Cry 5 going to be an exclusive?
No.
No. So it's anything after.
But they just had the marketing deal.
So everything after that for that studio
will be.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's that?
Oh, no. I think Ninja Theory is no longer the people making Devil May Cry, but they made Devil May Cry.
Oh, okay.
Devil May Cry is Capcom now, I think.
Okay. Gotcha.
Or maybe it's published by Capcom.
I see clearly now. The rain is gone.
All right, can we move on?
Yes, let's move on